And India is one of the probably handful of countries that have gone as far as its own cryogenic engine and to be able to put a geostationary satellite configuration in the air or in the space. Tell us a little bit about a basic rocket. Start with a sounding rocket, and then we will
Yes.
build on.
So India's rocket industry basically started with ISRO somewhere in the 50s, where they got sounding rockets from Germany and they tested it out and then started working on it. And it was a polymer, then ammonium perchlorate as an oxidizer, and the other one was aluminum that they added, and they made these rockets. Most of you might have seen this rocket being taken on a cycle, and
Yeah.
that is something that we started with very humble beginnings, and very recently I was called when I was 50 that when it was happening for me to have gone in from IIT Madras, that they were commemorating the 50th year of what we call as the HTPB plant. Now, HTPB was a chemical that we had to really struggle for to get. That made us into the big gang. Now, hydroxy-terminated polybutadiene, as it is called, is a chemical that is used in all modern rockets. And that we developed in ISRO. And if you look back at who all did it, there were 3 people from our own chemical engineering department who headed it. And they were pioneers who built this kind of plant almost 50 years back, 54 years back now. And from there, our journey started in the 70s. We started with smaller rockets, SLV. SLV, the project director was a very famous name, A.P.J. Kalam. And after the success of SLV, Kalam moved over to DRDO and took charge of DRDL, which is the missile complex as it stands today. So that is how our defense sector grew out of this. Whereas on the other side, we went on to build bigger and bigger rockets after SLV. That is how we have gone right up to the moon's southern surface, which southern hemisphere of the moon and southern point, Shiv Shakti as it is called, that nobody else has been able to go to.